All right. Hello, YouTube. Uh, Before we get started in it, this is something I'm going to talk to new watchers, right? Code your passion. What this is about is coding the things you are passionate about to make you want to code. I'm passionate about college football. Watching college football right now. NIU is beating Western Michigan 42 to 28. It's terrible. I hate it. Because I got money on Western Michigan. Which brings me to my project. What am I doing here? Um, I've got multiple projects out about college football. One of them is actually machine learning to try to predict the matchups between different teams to kind of guess the outcome, and I'm trying to beat Vegas. I'm beating Vegas. But I want to get a more public side to where I get just the general public to guess the outcomes of scores. Maybe there's some traction to it. Maybe if, Joe Smith says that this game would end 49 to 32, it might have some traction later on. The aggregate of many, many people, maybe there's something to that. So the idea is to just get something out there and hopefully I get some people that just think it's fun to just guess the scores of college football games, and we can have something fun like that. So, just to show you where I'm at right now, which is actually very similar to where I was in the last video, and it popped up on the other screen. Here we go. And that's not what I want to show you. There we go. Blazor is annoying sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta, I don't know. Why are you not working? Let's try it again. Fan predictions. I guess I should have done this before, right? Okay. Here's how I'm an idiot. There we go. I don't know why that wasn't working before. So this is ugly. I thought I had this working better. Okay, well, menu is still not looking great. um, but I've got some navigation going on. I got some things going on here. This is just what a secondary button looks like, what a primary button looks like. I just kind of got the basics to the web going so that I can start to, yeah, see, got the bets, got all that, all that. That's my idea for how it works. FPS bets, that's mine. All right, so we're going to start with a database project because we're going to need to record people's inputs. Now, I haven't even thought about these tables yet. I just know that I'm going to need something. So, add, new project, database, SQL Server database project. That's what I want right there. All right, database one. We are going to call this FBS fan predictions dot database. Maybe somebody will come in here, talk to me. I don't know. I enjoy it. But until I start to get people commenting, asking questions, coming in, watching me, I'm just gonna code my stuff. And that's what Code Your Passion's about, coding your passion. And you get better at coding the more you do it. And what I want to tell everybody is nobody's perfect at this. I've never seen a single developer that doesn't make mistakes, that always gets it right the first time. If you see these tutorials and they just get it right, it's because they rehearsed it and they clipped it and they're not perfect. So we're gonna do, I want you guys to see me mess up. Although hopefully I don't mess up too much and you think I'm an idiot. So we got tables. We're gonna have, let's do scripts. Um, I don't know if I'm going to do stored procedures or anything like that right now, but we can add, let's say, a script right here. Look at that. Pre-deployment, post-deployment, script dot post-deployment. I don't want one. You can only have one. Maybe want script dot. We're just going to do this. Post-deployment SQL, right? So if you look at here, build action, post deploy. This is important, right? You can only have one script that's tagged with post deploy. Hey, there's something to learn right there. This file contains SQL statements that would be appended to the build script. Use SQL command syntax. I don't know. Yeah. Um, be appended to the build script. Hmm. Anyway, I've never read that before. So we're gonna add another script. We're gonna do a pre-deployment script. All right, get rid of that one. And here we go. If we click on pre-deploy, you can see in the build actions, it's pre-deploy. Currently, there's nothing here, but we could, not on a pre-deploy, but on a post-deploy, we could say insert into whatever table, right? But we want it to be idempotent. I struggle with that word. I can't say it. We want it to be able to be ran over and over and over again without being broken, without breaking anything, right? Idempotent, something like that. Yeah. So that's what that means. That's what you want always with all of your code. You want to be able to run it over and over and over again without anything breaking. Third down. I'm sorry. I got to look at the game. Okay, so in tables, um, do let's do a user prediction. And I might redo every train of thought coming here. Tables are tough to just start with, right? So I like to be, I don't like just ID. I like to be verbose with everything. I like to be very explicit, right? So then this would just be user prediction ID, right? And although probably not going to get over 4 billion or 5 billion records or whatever the int is, I don't have that memorized. Somewhere like 4 or 5 billion. Um, primary key, right? We're gonna actually say this is an identity. Now this is what seeds it, right? Where does the seed start and how much does it increment by? So this is where does the seed start, how much does it increment by? Um, typically, I don't like to start at one. Be on this table, it wouldn't matter because I'm not going to use it for anything. But let's say there were protected things, like let's say users, right? Um, I might have reserved IDs for specific users. Say I want a database cleanup user or an API user or something, right? And I want to be able to control what that ID is, then I'm going to set it as something, right? And I don't want the identity, I don't want this to mess with that. So I set it 100, 1000, 10,000, doesn't matter. Um, but yeah, you don't want that to do that. And then we can say that this is constraint. We're going to name it now. We say PK underscore user prediction. There we go. I don't remember. I think I'm mixing these up. Primary key constraint. Whatever. Yeah, we are. Here we go. That's what I wanted right there. So if you don't name your constraints, it gives it a crazy name. It's like I don't even know. It's just random characters and numbers. Yeah, Western Michigan's gonna lose. All right. Um, so what else are we gonna have here? We're gonna have so I get my information from ESPN. Um, I'm able to grab their schedule, kind of loop through the games, and I get an ESPN event ID. But then I also get the team IDs. And do we want to tie it to the event ID, to the team ID? Let's do the event ID, which would be I mean, Invar car is, I think it's actually an int or a big int, but let's handle it as a string just in case. Something like 13 numbers. We'll just say like 30. We'll make it 30 long. This is going to be not null because this database table wouldn't even work without that event ID. All right, we can tie the user to it. What is the user's ID? Um, and we can't foreign key anything. I need to look. I don't know how Entity Framework works with the users that you can create within these applications. I did the built-in uh, authentication with the program. So if you saw that, there was like a login and everything when I press play. Um, so I'm gonna have to figure that out later. It's user ID. This should be a big one. If not, like I'll make a reference table in this database that can reference the entity framework one, and then we'll tie that back to here. So then we just might have a reference table for user ID. So we'll just keep big int. This is not null because it doesn't matter if it is null. Like we're just not going to allow that, right? And so we're going to say it is an int, and we're going to say away team score, int, not null, home team score, int, not null. Technically could do a byte, but I'm not really worried about space. You know what? Good practices. It's never going to be over 255. It shouldn't ever be over 255. So it's a tiny int. Now, we're going to do a future flag. We're going to do a bit field. Because we're going to have users that we take seriously and users that we don't take seriously. And so we're going to say a, what are we going to name this? We're going to say a trusted user, bit, not null. And we're going to say constraint, no good. So default constraints, we prefix with df. We say user prediction, trusted user, and we're going to say default 0. All in line, all in line. All right, so ta ta ta. Gonna have a created date. Date time to not no constraint df user prediction created date default. I always forget this. Sys, not sys. Get UTC. No, it's. I always forget this one. Let me look it up real quick. All right. SQL get UTC date, right? What is that? Get UTC date. I want the time. No. Is it get UTC date? Is it full timestamp? Sys date time. Sys UTC date time. I always forget it. I don't know why. Sys UTC date time, right? So if you're running an app that you expect to be in more than one time zone and you're trying to display information to a client in their time zone at any given point, you really got to use UTC date time because then at that point, the browser just handles it. You just let the browser handle it. Is this all we need for that? Because with the event ID, we don't need a year, we don't need a week. With the user ID, I mean, at some point we could reference this to a different table, the user table. Here's the predictions. This is whether it's trusted or not. By default, everybody is not trusted. Created date. So, we can see if people start putting in like these predictions, let's say after the game it starts, it's not very reliable. So, all right. Um, create non unclustered index. IX user prediction, and we're just going to call this search on, I don't remember if I'm doing this right, DBO dot user prediction, and then this is what we're going to do it off of. Let's say the event ID and then the user ID. Don't think we need more. Go, go. Right? I think that's a good first table. Good first table. I haven't created a database for this yet. I'm just gonna use my Microsoft. So, all right. All right, I want to show all this. I Okay, this was FBS fan predictions. So, new database. Just gonna go FBS fan predictions. Right? Owner, default, options. Mm, multi-user, good. Should be, I mean, default should be fine. All right, FBS fan predictions. And you can see I got two other databases here. Whatever, this is the server side of all of this. Don't worry about that. This is some stupid game that I'm doing. All right, so we can actually say, uh, publish, wherever that is, right there. Okay, so not load because we don't have anything. Edit, that's not what I want. History, here we go. Server name, MSI. That's my computer name because it's an MSI. All right, database name. Connection was successfully established with server, but didn't occur during the login. Oh, that's funny. So yeah, look at that. Change this to true. Come back in here. Now it works. Okay. Read. Always, always read. Test connection. Test connection succeeded. Okay. We're gonna save profile as. I'm gonna say set saving right here in the database. Okay. So this is published. We're gonna say database dot local. Dot publish dot publish. Why would it do that? I don't like that. Anyways, publish. This feels like it's taking forever. I have a feeling this is going to error out. Oh, it worked. Look at that. So if I come in here now, I come into tables. Look at that. User prediction right there. You can see it. That's how that works. Man, I've only been doing this for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I don't quite know. I probably should have done some more pre-planning. Let's start working with some components regardless. I'll do some of the tables on my own. I'll do some of the planning out um, because I don't have those planned out. And instead of having me just guess while we're live, we'll just do it. All right. Donate. Nobody's going to donate to me. Okay, results, predictions. We like predictions right there. So let's press play. Got page predictions here. So I go / predictions. Right? We got predictions. That's what this is. How do we want this to look? Predictions. Let's do like card buttons. Okay. So yeah, let's do that. So we're gonna do a div class container div no class margin top, let's say 4. All right, and now we're gonna do a div class row div class call 6. I'm gonna copy that CV, right? And so now we can start creating a card div class card body. I wonder if I have margin auto. M auto right there. Margin left, margin right. It's not doing top and bottom. Okay. Okay, let's do it again. Yeah, let's just test it real quick. And we're gonna say div class equals m auto. We're gonna say pick a game to predict. We're just gonna see what it looks like right now. Right here, we want these to look the same. This will be, oh yeah. So in this m auto, we also want pointer. Pointer. This would be a C predicted games. Now this isn't going to actually be what it says, but there we go. I don't like this. No, these rows and columns isn't good. Okay, so this, I'm going to do a deflex, and then, oh yeah, margin top deflex. We'll do it like this. Oops. All right, and then here we're going to have a justify content around. All right, we'll take, this is no good. This is no good. And one more div. KD, save that. Okay, well that didn't work. Deflex, why isn't this working? Deflex. Style equals display flex. I don't like it. What's going on here? We'll see. We'll see. Oh yeah, this is predictions. Nope, it's still not working. All right. Justify left, right, adjustable, circle fill. Oh no, not getting any type ahead with this either. What is causing this not to be deflexed? Display block. What is display block? Okay, so the body is article. Come on. Container right here, right here. Display is flex. Well, why? They're on different lines. Mm, okay. I want this card right here. Um, display is also flex. flex direction column. Oh, that's the problem. I don't want this though. Wonder if it's container that's doing that. So if I do deflex, does that actually work? I can get rid of display flags. Sorry if I'm boring you. Still doesn't work. Okay, display, flex direction, column. Oh, it's getting it from card. Yeah, it's stupid. Trying to overdo it. Row card. Okay, so I think that the problem is I just need to throw these in an empty div, the cards. I was hoping for something a bit more. Still didn't work. Okay, say column 3, and here we'll also have a class of call3, and in between them we're going to have a div class of call2. P4. P4. Want it to be spacey. Big old buttons. Hanging buttons. It's not. Papa. We need to create a new class. Let's call these card buttons. All right, so for that, we're just going to say cursor pointer. That way we can get rid of that one. And cursor pointer, of course. And then we're going to do a fixed height and width. Height, say 300 px. Width, 300 px. All right, margin auto. Margin auto. Is that where I want it? I want card buttons div margin auto. Let's try that. If you got questions about any of the stuff that I'm doing here, just ask and I will let you know. So I'm going to say card buttons. Nope. Card body class right there and pointer. This is where I want it. Card buttons. I got to put another div inside of here. Div. See predicted games. X. V. C. Pick a game to predict. Pick a game to predict. Save that. And padding 4. No, I don't need that anymore. Uh, get rid of that 3 because we're fixing the size now. Okay, see what this looks like. And way too big. And this isn't centered. I want it to be centered. Margin. Okay. Margin auto. No, you know what? Display flex. There we go. And then 300 is way too much. 100, 100, save that. I don't know why it's because the column is overwriting it width. Nope, that doesn't work. Important almost never works. I don't like to think about the hierarchy. I'm just kind of lazy when it comes to that. Let's look again here. I keep clicking the wrong one. If I don't do column, right? Row. I really don't want this to be grid layout like that. Okay, so we are vertical because of that. Oh, you know what? Deflex. I'm going to call this a span. Divs don't like to be, dang it. How do I do this? Can I say, this is awesome. I just run into these little things, just little, okay, now it's working. Awesome. I don't know why it wasn't working before. It's like it just wanted me to feel stupid. That's what it was. That wanted me to feel stupid. Okay, so let's say margin 2 on both of these. Let's see what that does. Class equals margin 2. I don't like it. I mean, I can add cooler stuff later on, but that gets the functionality there, right? So I like to nest a lot when it comes to Blazor. So here we can do add folder predictions. All right, and so we're gonna do a add razor component. Pick a game. And what we'll just do a unordered list item, game. 1. See, I template it and then I go back and I start to add more code. But it's a good idea to just kind of get an idea of what you're doing before you just like really commit to it. So we got these here, pick a game, and then the other one is predicted games. So we're going to just invert what we called that. We're going to call it game predictions. Game predictions. Na, 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 na. Okay, and so we're going to do UL again. Just this is not what it looks like. This is just how we're going to say game 1. We're going to say 44 to 13, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, can't have more. All right, this is 1 to 30 or 40, whatever. I don't really care. I just did the same thing. And this is 20, 14. There's scores. There's scores, whatever. So I do some lazy things here. Private, bool. We're gonna say show games to predict equals false. Private bool show games predicted. All right. And so container margin top. Okay, so right here at if show games predicted or show games to predict. So if either of those are true, this won't show. Okay? And then we're going to do the exact opposite here. At show games predicted at if show games to predict. So now we can say not that, predictions. Right here, game predictions, games predicted. Yep. What am I doing here? Here we go. And then predictions, pick a game. There we go. On the card right here. On golly, on click equals. We're gonna say this is see predicted games. So this is games to predict. Show games to predict is equal to show games to predict. Yes. Card buttons. That's funny. Don't do that to me. At on click equals at something is wrong. Oh, that's what's wrong. Okay, here we go. So I will be able to show one of these and then I'll get stuck there because it's false or it's true, whatever, that thing. I don't know what is going on here. In the client, predictions, Razer G. FBS fan predictions client pages. Oh, it doesn't like this folder name. Okay, so we're gonna call this predictions pages, whatever. We're just gonna do that. Oh, sub pages, sub pages. But, we could make this easier. Work. There we go. There we go. Cleaner. I like it. So let's go to predictions. Big game to predict. Got rid of my pointer. The whole thing is different now. Anyways, this logic didn't actually make it not show either. Or if one is false or the other one is false. Okay. Oh my gosh. That's so funny. Okay. These should be true. Um, well, let's stop. Evidently, I modified it too much to do a hot reload. Hmm, nice type ahead. Okay, so they are both. Okay, what am I thinking? And. Okay, that's no. I don't, I get stupid sometimes. Instead of it being an or, this should have been an and. That was my bad. If they're both false, show them. Type it all out. Okay, so there. Now they're both false. Click it, disappears. Good. So pick a game. Okay, so on pick a game, right? We have an event, what is it? Event callback. All right, we're not going to call back anything. We're just going to call this a close window. But I guess this is a public close window. I believe these have getters and setters. It's been a while, right? And so I will add a button, close at on click. All right. And so we're going to do a private async task, and we'll say close window async, and we say await close window dot invoke async. And to make these buttons async, right? You just lambda that, just async, and then await close window async, right? And then this is really the only way you could put in overloads here or whatever. Well, you should do a variable there, but you can do it like that. Anyways, so got close window async. So right here now, not that one, this guy right here, and we're gonna have a private void show. We're gonna make them both true, right? And say reset buttons. I don't know, whatever, doesn't matter. Why create two methods? Here we go. So it was pick a game. Yeah, it was pick a game. So pick a game. Now we say event. What did I call it? Close window? Yeah, I called it close window. Close window. Reset buttons. I don't know what I'm doing here. This isn't giving me the type of IntelliSense I want to see. All right. Predictions. Pick a game. And we broke something. So let's see. Awesome. Right here. Authorization failed. Okay. Pick a game has a property matching closed window, but it does not have. Oh my gosh. It's right. That's what was going on here. Okay, so predictions now. Okay. Pick a game. Now I've got this close button. Like the styling? Nothing. Hey, look at that. It worked first try. First try. What is this? We are at 54 minutes. So, I don't know. I did some coding right there. I don't know if you guys liked it, if you guys are interested. If you guys are not interested, tell me to shut up. Stop posting. If you guys are interested, ask some questions. We'll code wherever you want to code. I like to code, and I'm going to do this whether you're watching or not, obviously. I'm going to jump off though. I'm going to keep this one short. Maybe just kind of keep posting and try to figure out some of those tables so that I can actually do some real programming. Going to set up some entity framework. We're going to do database calls using entity framework. Eventually, this is going to be public. I mean, I already got a domain for it and everything. It just, we're going to get it set up. If you guys don't want to do this one, if you want me to just work on this on my own, if you want to do something else, let me know. I am looking for people that want to learn that next step, not to just get these easily digestible tutorials for beginners. Mm, that's it. That's all I got. I make noise. Sorry if I know you. I listen to a lot of ASMR when I code and just whispering. So it's very white noise is good. Anything to help block out distractions. Anyway, leave a comment, subscribe, tell me what you want to learn. I'm open right now.